What do we have to talk about yarn? These people know about yarn.
That's right.
They don't need us to tell them about yarn.
We're just an entertaining night.
You want me to, okay, like the other knitting podcasts do, and we're not a podcast, we're a show, okay? Like I said, we call ourselves a podcast, we're taking it too seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Here you go. I'll do it like they do. Ooh, I got this Lion Brand's woolies from Joanne's the other day. Look how nice and pretty and colorful it is. It's so soft. We all know about yarn. We're knitters. We're fiber artists. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
And hello. And welcome to this week's edition of
Knitter Be Damned. Throw a little theatrical in there, you know, like we're stage and screen kind of thing.
Which one of us is stage and which one of us is screen?
Well, I'm stage.
I'm screen.
Okay,
Welcome to this week's
show.
I'm going to have a cigarette. That's the prelude to our show. And it's Cinco de Mayo.
Ah, happy Cinco de Mayo.
We're calling it Happy Pico de Gallo.
Yes, because we don't want to misappropriate.
That's right. We're on this, all these ridiculous articles that say you're not allowed to celebrate Cinco de Mayo if you're a not even Mexican, just non-Latino.
Yes.
Like the Puerto Ricans are allowed to do it because they look like them.
Yes, but they wouldn't do that anyway because they're not Mexican. It's a strange one.
In protest, we are calling it Happy Pico de Gallo because we can celebrate food and no one can tell us we can't.
That's right.
So if we can't celebrate a holiday, we can at least celebrate a nice salsa. Yeah. So I'm over here, I've got some jalapeno and some cheddar cheese and some crackers, and I'm going to nibble on it throughout the show.
And I got a cerveza.
And no one can tell me I can't.
No,
they can't.
That's some silly shit.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'd like to bring up a little slide point. Who is anyone that has darker skin or lighter skin than mine, which is not very possible because I don't go out in the sun too much. However, who are they to tell me what's in my DNA?
He gets all.
I do. I get.
It's all.
My passion. It's passion.
You should hear him back there in his little space working. He's watching like stuff on YouTube, like commentators, and he starts yelling at him. I just wonder what he's yelling at. Go back there, yelling at the screen.
I'm yelling at the screen. I'm sorry. I'm like my grandpa used to do it, so I must get it from him. But it's all so ridiculous. America was founded on the idea of being a melting pot, and I actually got in trouble for saying that. It's like children when they're 3 and they want all their food separated. Like the mashed potatoes can't touch the peas, and the peas can't touch the turkey because if it does, I can't eat it.
But if you leave one of those off,
it's never any good.
That's not allowed.
No.
All of them have to be represented. But none of them, the peas and the mashed potatoes, are never to mix. Don't you dare add gravy.
Yes.
Don't you
dare.
All right, but let's get to the show.
Yes.
On with the show.
On with the show.
Considering what we were talking about with it being Cinco de Mayo, we wanted to pose a question.
Yes.
Why cultural appropriation doesn't affect the knitting world or the fiber arts world in general?
Because we got brains up here.
That's right, because we're much more tolerant people than maybe some of the less artistic people are inclined to be. Like, for instance, the African crochet granny square.
Yes,
if
which
we
is
were
beautiful.
not fiber artists, any one of us, if we were just normal people, someone would say you're not allowed to do that because that's just cultural appropriation.
Why are you making that flower square?
It's a beautiful pattern.
Yeah.
The same with Fair Isle. You know,
which is all over the place.
Are you not
now.
allowed to do that?
If you're not Irish.
If I decide that I want to do Peruvian knitting, like a lot of people have suggested for my hands, then is that just, again, cultural appropriation? Why can't we share each other's
That's
stuff?
what cultures I thought were supposed to do in the first place.
That's what we do in the fiber arts community. We share all kinds of techniques from all over the
world.
From all kinds of cultures to come up with beautiful, creative things. And not one of us ever says
that's misappropriation.
Right. So I think we got to start teaching these SJW bullshitters
a little lesson.
What real diversity means.
Yes. Being that we're the place where everybody goes because of the knitting community's judgmental asses, I'll have to take that statement back.
I only get judgmental on people when they say you can't experience that
Well, that happened to me last week with some Hawaiian chick about Hawaii of all places.
You're not allowed to experience
You're not to have a luau because you're not Hawaiian and you don't understand the depth of the ritual behind it. Well, you're a fucking seafaring people that were originally from Polynesia that came to an island and settled on it. You're not originally from there, so let's talk about misappropriation of culture. You moved to a place you're not fucking from. Ooh, we're gonna cut that.
It's quite a bit more. We've gone off the cliff.
Well, that's all right. That's what
we took it into the thanks for watching our show. We're going to beat your
face in over cultural appropriation.
Oh, and the whole Cinco de Mayo thing we were talking earlier about. It's usually the Mexican restaurants that do really well.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on a Friday this year.
And they're going to fucking make bank.
And they're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell customers, Anglo customers, to come in, I'm sorry, but that's just offensive.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, hand me more money.
You can't come in here and eat my Pinko de Gallo. You know.
Pinko.
Oh, Pinko.
That's the communist salsa. Pinko de Gallo.
Pinko de Gallo. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Get it?
I had to get it for a minute. My little racist white chips. I don't have no blue chips. I got racist white chips going into your Pinko de Gallo.
I've gone off the cliff.
Well, you've got the notes.
I know, but I don't think I need them. We're on the political issue.
They like our political standpoints. So.
Yeah, they kind of do. And speaking of, but a lot of people do look at different cultures and have fun with them.
Yes.
And say, screw you, I'm going to enjoy what I know about your culture on said day because it's a sign of respect.
Yes.
Okay. Our foreign correspondent, Trisha, is enjoying Cinco de Mayo
also.
And she's got some hints on how to reuse and upuse some things you might find at the thrift store.
Yes.
Take it away, Trisha.
Take it.
Happy Cinco de Mayo! I know, it's an Irish flag. I don't have a Mexican one and I'm geographically challenged, so we're just going to call it Mexican and it's all good. But I do have a special guest. Frida Kahlo is visiting with us today to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. She's just chilling with Rockabilly there. I also have my Sugar Skull cup and a Virgin de Guadalupe, close enough, candle burning. Project bags. Lisa Reyes brought up the topic of project bags. I have amassed a pile of them here. This isn't even all of them, but one of them I do have is a Frida bag. So yay, happy Cinco de Mayo. I do work on probably 30 projects at once, simply because I work in an assembly line fashion, and I'm working on stuff for shows, I'm working on new items, I'm working on patterns that I'm writing up, and I'm working on orders all at the same time. So what I do is, I work on a project, I put pieces, here, these are all going to be little owls. So I put all my pieces in a plastic bag, and these are just recycled bags. And then I put them in a bigger bag. These are all I need to do a few more things here and there on there, and then I can sew them together. Then they go into a tote like this in my storage cubes in the crafts room when they're ready to be sewn. This whole tote is ready to just be sewn together. I do have popular items. My hats, sometimes I'll just, because I'm running out of bags, but my hats I'll just put all the pieces inside the hat itself and it's ready to be sewn together. I grew up in a throwaway society. When you were done using something, you got tired of it, it got old, you threw it out. I moved to the country. They have a totally different attitude around here. I think it's from the Great Depression still, where they have the saying, wear it up, use it out, make it do, or do without. So I've learned to reuse a lot of things from the women here. There was a lady that used to get polyester pants. We had a clothes drop-off where you could drop off clothes that you weren't using and people could pick them up that could use them for free. It was called the Clothes Closet. And we do still have one, it's just not the same one anymore. And she used to take the polyester pants and she would cut them into strips and crochet them into the most beautiful rugs. And they really stood the test of time too. Not only were they artful, but they were actually functional too. I found out, raising 9 kids, that having that attitude of reusing things that somebody else threw out, I had to live like that. So when eyelash yarn came out, I couldn't afford it. It was $5 for a little bundle, and I just could not afford it. I shop at thrift stores. I started finding scarves for 99 cents, marked down to 50 cents, made of eyelash yarn. It really didn't take that much effort to clip the edge and kind of get a piece and get it going so that you could pull it all out, wind it up into a ball, and reuse it. There are videos on YouTube that you can find how to deconstruct sweaters. You can pick up sweaters made of beautiful yarn. I suggest going with solid colors. If you're doing something that has, or stripes would be okay too, but if you're doing something that kind of has a Fair Isle knit pattern, it's a little bit more difficult to reuse the yarn from that. But you can deconstruct sweaters and you can reuse the yarn from that. Here's some chenille yarn. You can get all kinds of great yarn at thrift stores. So think outside of the box and look at things in a way of, okay, well, I would never wear this sweater, but it's because it's butt ugly or it doesn't fit me. But kind of look at it as, but wait a minute, what is it made of? Can I take this apart? Can I reuse this yarn? What can I recreate with this yarn? So that's my tip for you guys this week. And I'm going to end this with a banner that a friend had made for me. And it is Frida. And in English, this translates to my favorite Frida quote. And it says, "Feet, what do I need you for when I have wings to fly?" So fly, my little crocheters. Find that great stuff and change it and make it into something new. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Thank you, Trisha.
Thank you, Trish. That was amazing. And your love of Frida, I love her. She's amazing. I really like her art.
Love Frida?
Well, people who don't like unibrows, maybe. I don't know. You know, they're just assholes.
She could have fixed that. She didn't want to.
She didn't want to. It was part of who she was.
The thrift store concept. We buy most of our stuff at the thrift store. We used to go.
Not our yarn, but our just everyday items.
We don't buy the yarn because we usually end up donating extra yarn to them.
Yeah, right. And the girl and the knitters,
because we get stashes quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara Graham. Thank you so much for the sock yarn.
Really cool.
We got a really cool stash of yarn. It was really cool.
Actually, that's what this little purple black guy is going to be. I'm going to call him Midnight or something. I think is what Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Yeah.
I like to do that. I think it's fun to let everybody know that we have supporters out there that will do these kind of things for us, and I really do appreciate it. The fun stuff that I got from her. A lot of it's going to be hair. I got some great. It's going to be crazy clown shit. I don't know. But it's going to look really cool when they're done. I really enjoyed it.
But it's true though. We go to the thrift store. We used to go a lot more than we do now. Then we started realizing that our little thrift store doesn't rotate as much. So we were finding the same things every week.
It's better to go every once or 2 months, maybe.
Right.
Yes.
And we buy all kinds of stuff there because you can find some amazing things there for a quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to keep this on track.
We're trying. Let's see, what else?
I have something to say.
Go.
Speaking of the stashes that we get,
Yes.
we were offered by a very large website if we would be willing to accept some yarn samples and in return share our thoughts with you.
And reviews.
Which
is surprising.
And let you know.
Yes.
And so we're not going to say who it is.
No. Because it hasn't happened
pretty
yet.
big.
Yeah.
And once we get the stuff and we decide that we're on board, we told them we're on board. We said, yeah, go ahead and send it. We'll have fun and tell you what we think.
Yeah.
We will let you know. And then we'll start promoting them while they help to promote us.
Which is funny as hell because I never thought we'd do that. I mean,
why not?
It just didn't occur to me.
I know we pick on people like, I'll get something to sell. Like, we sell shit all
the day long.
We have no choice. We're broke.
Right.
Broke. As a matter of fact, a couple episodes back, we bragged about how we were out of debt. Oh, Lord.
It really doesn't last that long.
No. So here's what happens. My hands start failing. I get sick. We're relying on him and his strange friends and my pattern book, which is, you gotta get the pattern book. It's in the description box below. So anyway, we had to go back into debt and take out a loan just so that we could cover the last 2 months.
Yes.
So what's funny is they actually called me a couple days ago and said, your repayment isn't as quick as it was last time. And I'm like, give us a minute, give us a minute. Go to the description box below. There's a link. You can go get the pattern book. And when you get the PDF, there is a link to a 35-minute tutorial on how to help you sew it together, embroider the face of the animals, and put it all together so that none of the limbs ever will come off. So,
which is important.
That's
because you don't want a dismembered teddy bear.
Because you know children can be violent.
Well, what would be funny is if you stuffed them with red instead of white. So if it did happen, it would look just this grotesque mess on the floor.
Red polyfill.
Red polyfill.
Disgusting. Look, the sun's coming out.
Oh my goodness.
Look how bright we are.
Whoa.
I say screw it. People are accustomed
we look
to us
like Trump. Hey, we're Trump supporters, so, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, so our next foreign correspondent. Oh, have we finished everything with Trisha?
Okay, she showed us how she did her storage bags.
Great tips.
I was more interested in the Frida stuff. Please, I apologize for that.
And I was paying attention to how to save money on your stuff.
Yes.
Because that's what I do.
Right.
Because I don't believe that. I never call us poor. I call us broke. Because to me, poor is a condition and broke is a situation. We can not be broke at some point. Excuse me, I think people found that rather philosophical.
I was too. I was running it through my head. I apologize at the look I was given. I saw myself and I was like, wow.
Poor is a condition. That's how you feel about it.
Okay, I got you.
Broke is a situation
that can be fixed.
That can be fixed.
Okay, I apologize for that look. It was just, my brain was like, what does he mean?
You know what they all thought when you made that look? My husband said what?
See, I'm trying not to use that one on him. You know, I'm just trying.
So, God, we're all over the place today.
But that's good. It's a fun show. I'm still having fun with it.
We got back to Neil,
yes,
our other foreign correspondent, but there was something that we just said that made me think of Neil. All right, that takes us to our other foreign correspondent, Neil in the UK.
Neil.
Who has some... Neil was off the charts also.
Yes.
Like I told y'all, Neil is now a camera shutter bug. He loves it.
Loves to
film these.
And we love that you love it, Neil.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of... Gregory mentions it all the time. The same thing happened to me. You put my funky ass in front of a camera, and I'm glowing. I'm like, hey, everybody.
But, that's what I was
3 years ago, I was like, don't put that camera in my face.
Here's the kind of people we are. If we pick on you, it means we
like you.
Okay?
Yes.
So we picked on Neil last episode about him looking like Burl Ives and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes.
And
Big Daddy.
So, Neil, take it away.
Take it, Neil.
So apparently, I'm Big Daddy. Now, Big Daddy means different things to different people. Now, if you're American or a literary person, it's going to mean Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, which is cool, I suppose. But if you're British, it means a big fat wrestler from the 70s called Shirley Crabtree. True, look it up. So, you're going to have to go with the American version, otherwise I'm going to have to come over there and show you who the daddy is.
Alright, so Neil, we're going to use the literary version and call you Big Daddy, and the Golden Girl version, because when he came down, Big Daddy.
From the Southern Big Daddies.
Big Daddy. You know, who's always the patriarch of the big Southern family is always Big Daddy. And again, well, I'm going to go check out the wrestler, but anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about the Big Daddy wrestler guy. No, we're not using that one. We're going to use the literal Tennessee Williams.
But Neil just kept on going. Neil didn't know where to stop. Neil just decided he was going to get naked on us, or threatened to get naked on us. Take it away!
Take it away, Neil.
I thought I'd give you a different view for a change. So as you can see, it's a gloriously sunny day today here in sunny Salford, for once living up to its name. And I expect if it was like this in Orlando, where you guys are, I think you'd probably be freezing your asses off. But here, this is bikini and shorts weather. So maybe I might do that naked episode after all. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
How do you know that our last episode, when it was 95 degrees and we had the fans, that we weren't...
Naked a little below.
Yeah, how do you know?
No, I don't know.
You'll never know. our little secret.
It's our secret.
Like, what do we do with our hands when they're down here and you can't see anything?
Oh, that's Ooh, nasty.
We should know. If we were more confident with our bodies, we'd probably do a topless episode just to show a naked knitting episode.
Yeah, but it ain't happening.
That's not gonna happen.
My little beer nipple shots, maybe. That's one thing. Well, look at that. Oh, that's pretty tough. Look at that. Okay.
Okay, now wave goodbye in the same position. So, see?
That's actually not that bad. That is not bad. Well, if you had any muscle,
I have muscle. I am all muscle. That's the thing.
ligaments on bones are not muscle. Okay.
But it
Just
gives
saying.
the illusion.
Ah.
Look at that.
We could paint in a little shadow right there. To give you some more definition.
All right. So,
Oh, my man.
but Neil finally finished his Wolverine.
Awesome.
You got to see it. Neil,
Wow.
take it away.
So I finally finished Wolverine. Well, I finished the knitting of Wolverine, and I've still got to sort out some eyes for him. Haven't decided whether to just go for plain white button eyes or whether to get some proper toy eyes for him. And if so, what colour? Is he blue-eyed or is he brown-eyed? I'm not quite sure what colour eyes Wolverine's got. In the comic, it's just white, isn't it? Just like a white sort of Spider-Man-y type eye thing. Anyway, so there he is. I've put some claws on him, and they're just like those tiny little knitting needle pin things that you get. The alternative would be to just stick some double pointed needles in there, which I think would look just as good, and I think it would be quite a good way of storing them. Obviously then it wouldn't be safe to play with if you're a baby or a little child, but then, you know, common sense, come on people. Anyway, so there he is.
Not only did Neil do the Wolverine,
Yes.
finished it, but Neil is a knitting machine.
Which is amazing, and I'm jealous,
and
by the way.
did my teddy
Teddy
bear
bear.
from my pattern book in the description box below, which you also
Mhm.
get a 35-minute tutorial video for only $7.
And
anyway.
You're a warm baby. It's okay.
So we got rent to pay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
He
he did my teddy bear, and you got to take a look at that. He did it to his own specifications.
Yeah.
On accident, but it still came out pretty damn cute.
And if you notice man spreading.
Yes, take it away, Neil.
There you go, Gregory. There's your finished bear that I made from your pattern, and he's really cute, isn't he? Yeah, his belly's too big because I did about 15 rows too many. That was my fault, not your pattern. And yeah, his bottom legs are too far apart, Philip, but that's because he's got big balls and he likes to man spread. So I'll definitely be making another one of these because they're very, very cute. And yep, it's in the cheap sparkly yarn that cost me 69p per ball.
So, in one of our previous videos, Neil had called that yarn glittery cheap, and I was all willing to say I'm perfectly happy with the glittery cheap. That came out huge.
Oh, it
as
was
hell.
adorable. My thing was that the legs and everything still fit, even though he's got that little chubby belly and his head's a little oversized.
He's got big balls.
It was adorable. That fucker was adorable. Apparently he was man spreading, which is what Neil explained it. I'm luckily not doing that yet.
So, last week we were happy to introduce our new foreign correspondent from Montreal, Canada, Miss Chambers.
Miss Stephanie Chambers.
And she would like to thank all of you for how well she was received.
Yes.
So, Miss Chambers, Miss Stephanie Chambers, would you please take it away?
Thank you.
Hi, it's Miss Chambers, Miss Stephanie Chambers, coming from Montreal. I want to thank all of you in the group for all of your amazing feedback and your acceptance of me, and you guys are absolutely wonderful, but there is one person who can express it better than I can.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
First of all, Miss Chambers,
Miss
Miss Stephanie
Chambers
Chambers has our sense of humor by throwing in that video of Sally Field. You know, we like to splice little videos in here. We did not do that. She
did that.
She did. So she's got it.
Brilliant.
She knows where we're coming from.
My gloves. They are arthritic compression gloves. They hold everything in place. They hold the heat in your hands. So if you're having any kind of swelling in your knuckles or your fingers or even the palms of your hands from arthritis, these squeeze all of that and hold it together. They even go so far down your arm that they actually help with my carpal tunnel. So that's good. I had surgery on my right hand, didn't work, so I didn't let him cut my left hand up. I use Icy Hot as a lotion. I use Bengay A535 as a lotion. And then I use regular lotion. Just keep in mind, anything you use while you're knitting, don't let it be petroleum based because it gets into your fiber and you can't get it out. I want to thank all of you for your support and your appreciation. I laughed harder than I've ever laughed with what went on with my daughter. You guys pretty much made it all better. It was pretty amazing. So I want to thank you for that. And I will go for now, and you guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Anybody out there anytime who's got a little shit that needs a little smack down, you just let us know. It's a hobby.
I like kids. I'd rather have a sit down with her, maybe.
Sit down? Or like a sit on.
Gregory's like kids is a bag of kittens. Toss them in the river. Maybe up.
Anyway, Miss Chambers, Miss Stephanie Chambers, we're glad to have you on board.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to more of your videos. Okay?
Let loose.
Hey!
Hey, what?
You were just staring at me. Okay, so hey, did you know that you could also support this show on Patreon?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Did you know that you could support this show and all of its madness for just $2 a month? For $2 a month, you can join us in Patreon, and the link is in the description box below. $2 a month. That's only 0.666666667
That's 16 sixes and 1 7
cents a day.
Yes. It's pretty good.
It's true though. We did the math and
Yeah.
it came out 0.666666667 cents a day.
That's right. So remember, for 16 sixes and 1 7 a day, you can help support us, and we appreciate it.
And the more you support us, the more we're able to support other people.
Yes.
Like, we love having our foreign correspondents, and we love being able to put their shops down below so that you can go support them, so that we can all just give some family love to the fiber arts community.
I was going to say someone deserves congratulations for getting 5 sales on sharing a picture on our website. Or, yeah, she said she got 5 sales for sharing her picture of whatever she was making.
No way.
And I apologize for maybe getting a little confused because there was no actual picture. She was just sharing the fact that she had shared a single picture and gotten 5 orders. I find that's awesome. That's awesome.
And see, again, that's another benefit of being a member of our Knitter Be Damned Facebook group is that we don't have rules that you can sell all you want.
Sell all you want.
Sell. We're capitalist
pigs. Capitalist pigs.
We want you to do well.
I mean, we're so capitalist, we might take taxes. We might tax you. No, we won't tax you.
No. We won't ask for anything in return.
No.
Other than y'all support us when you can.
Yep.
And spread the word about our show.
Absolutely.
And then we are more than happy to have people post their stuff for sale in our Facebook group.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there are too many people out there who don't want you to succeed, and we're not those people.
Nope.
We want everybody to do well.
Especially with, there's this fight against capitalism.
What is that beautiful phrase? I think it was JFK who says, a high tide raises all boats.
Well, that's rather philosophical of you.
It wasn't me. I think it was JFK.
Are you sure?
I think it was.
You know he was a mutant, right?
Check talk with Phil.
I saw it in a movie yesterday. It must have been real. It was in a movie.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, I'll have another. There's 2 pieces left. I can get 1 piece of cheese. Yay! Where the hell be yo? Happy Cinco de Mayo!
Happy Pinko de Gallo.
Happy Pinko de Gallo! No, that's racist.
It's not racist. It's like saying Happy Pizza Day. Or Happy Pot Stickers Day.
Yes,
We're not celebrating a culture, we're celebrating a food that we like.
That's right.
Yeah, so no one can tell us we can't.
No one can tell me not to do it anyway.
Here you go.
You're lucky I'm not in a hula skirt, for God's sake. And you know what the funniest thing was?
What was the funniest thing?
Out of that entire altercation, somebody had the gall to say to me, what do you think your customers that buy your products would think about you? Why don't you show who you really are on your show? My retort to him was, oh my god, jalapenos kicking my ass. That wasn't my retort.
Here, have more cheese. You need the dairy.
Oh my god. Was that, I can't be any realer on here than I am.
Can't be any realer.
And most of the people that have bought my products have seen our show. So they have a pretty good impression of who I am.
And you know, we have a lot of repeat customers.
Yes.
And we gotta say thank you.
So what do we have left?
I think that's about it for this week. We could torture them and terrorize them more, but I think they got the general idea.
They got it. Crazy episode, but I think we've got our...
So here's what I want you to do.
Yes. What are we going to do?
You're going to go to the description box below. And check out my book pattern, Patreon, Trisha's shop, Neil's shop.
Patreon.
We still haven't gotten something from Stephanie. I don't think she's quite ready to sell. I'm going to double check with her.
Yeah.
But look to see before this is completed. I'll have it figured. I would like to hear from y'all about what you would like. What would you like some future episodes to be about? What topics do y'all have? Trisha and Neil contact me like a couple of days before we film,
Yes,
and they're
and
like,
ask
"What's
us.
the theme this week?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're gonna go with what y'all have videotaped and just kind of work around."
Sometimes
that.
we do that. We do that.
Yeah, and then sometimes we have something we want to say.
Right.
But now it's time to hear from you and hear what kind of topics y'all want. Now, don't get silly.
Yeah.
Don't. And silly to me is, when did you first start knitting?
Yeah.
No, come on, have fun. Let's get some real topics, some fun topics, and nothing like, what's your favorite sport weight yarn?
I have no idea what that means.
So,
I mean, that's a bad crocheter on my part.
what's the last thing you did that you didn't finish?
We don't know.
Nah.
No.
We don't want none of that.
No.
We want questions like who's the top and who's the bottom. we want some really fun topics that push the limits and will make people go, you know, I never thought of it that way.
That's right. Who wears the pants in your family?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Who said we were wearing pants now?
Sometimes we have kilts.
Jesus Christ, did you see those legs?
Like Tyrannosaurus Rex legs, I'm telling you. It is. Fucking, the definition. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll stop talking about Bill's legs.
That's why I married
It
him.
is.
I'm a leg man.
Yes, he is.
Okay. So, thank you for watching this week's episode of
Knit Up, Be Damned.
Be Damned. I can't wait to come up with a title for this one. It's going to be like, Fit Dead, Be Dead.
Oh, we can call it Pinko de Gallo and other... Pinko de Gallo and other Mexican dishes. I don't know.
It's not Pinko, sweetheart. It's Pico.
Whatever.
It's not Pinko.
I already got told I was a white guy this week and I should keep my mouth shut, so I'll just say it wrong. You're a Pinko. Pinko Kami de Gallo. Pinko Kami de Gallo. There we go. So what would that be? That would be Pico de Gallo with communism. No, wait. No, with...
Let it go.
Wow. You gotta leave that.
Huh?
You gotta leave that.
I
Pinko
don't.
the guy with communism.
I don't.
Well, thank you for coming to our show. We hope you liked it. We know we were a little serious, but we tried to make it funny. Laugh, bitches.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
night.
Thank you.
I
Pinko
don't-
the guy with communism.